Backstage Bookish. My name is Olivia. How the devil are you all? Good to see you. Thank you for coming back to my channel. I'm here today for a nice little relaxed casual sit on my sofas video to talk to you about my 2020 reading goals. So I've done about 6 months on BookTube now, and I have a lot of books that I have read, but still so many more books I wanted to read. So I just wanted to take some time to share with you some of my reading plans and kind of where we're going to go with that, really, and kind of things I want to achieve this year. So let's start on the top of the list. Let's start with number 1. So spoiler alert, if don't carry on watching this next bit if you haven't watched my best books of 2019 yet. Okay, if you're still here, I'm assuming you have, but my first reading goal links to my best book of 2019, and that was the Nevernight Chronicles, all 3 of them, by the awesome Dark Lord that is J. Kristoff. So my reading goal number 1 for 2020 is I want to read some more of J. Kristoff's Backless. Now, he is an author that, you know, although I know him most for Nevernight, he actually has a vast backlist that I really just want to dive into head first. So that is one of them. I mean, I've written down here some of the titles that really look interesting to me of his. So you've got all 3 of the Illuminate files. I know, I haven't read it. Aurora Rising and the sequel to that, Aurora Burning, is out this year, which is he's worked with Amy Kaufman. You've got Life, Like and Deviate. You've got the Lotus Wars, and actually he's in the process of writing his new book, Empire of the Vampire, which has a 2020 release date in some places but has 2021 in others. So yeah, definitely want to dive into J. Kristoff's Backlist. Number 2, I want to not diversify my reading, but I want to stretch my reading, my realm of reading. And what I mean by that is I want to discover more new authors. I want to discover new genres that I like and I don't like. I want to try out different styles of things. So I want to read more poetry. I want to read more non-fiction. You know, I partly did non-fiction November, but actually only ended up reading, I think it was 2, maybe 3 non-fiction books in November, all autobiographies, because I like those. That's a good place to start. So I want to just expand my reading knowledge and kind of what I read, who I read, how I read as well. I am a traditional kind of print book user. I've been reading more ebooks recently. I've made a subscription to Scribd because I think that's going to work out for me cost-wise a bit more than Audible and others, because my library doesn't do very many audiobooks. So really just extending my reading knowledge. So that would be goal number 2. Goal number 3 is for Goodreads. I am going to stick with Goodreads this year. I totally agree with people who don't want to be held to it. And I mean, last year, I think my final number was around the 114 and 115 mark. And I will admit that last year I had a lot of time on my hands so I could read. First 4 months of the year, I spent a lot of time off work with my mum, who was ill, and obviously she passed away at the end of April. So a lot of it was just sitting around reading books, waiting for her to need something. She then passed away, and I had time off work to get over that, and I needed reading to distract me. You know, I've had to save money, so I haven't been able to go out and be sociable, so I stay in and read. Goals. So I have had a lot of chance to read this year. I think what I'm going to do for this year, kind of have a goal and then a top goal, because I'm anticipating I'm not going to have as much time, but I want to still read as much. So my first level goal is going to be 35 books for the year, because I am 35 this year. And then if I get to that with ease, my second goal, and I won't put it higher than this, I'm determined, is 52. So that would be 1 book for every week of the year. So if I read 52 books, I would be amazed. But I don't think I will be getting into the realms of 75 to 100 books this year like I did last year. I'm not saying I might not, because I'm also one of these people that, you know, it said, you know, I read, say, 114 books, but that was novels, it was poetry, it was graphic novels, it was audio books, it was everything. I'm not just one who would traditionally count, say, fiction, prose. So between 35 to 52 books for Goodreads. And then really, number 4 is something that I'm calling, at the moment, it has the working title of Project Backlist. Now, don't get me wrong, let me preface what I'm about to say with this. This does not mean that on this channel you are going to get no reviews of new books. No, I am still going to be looking at new releases. I have got so many e-arcs at the moment that I am sitting on and trying to get read before release date. So you will still get all that new good content up on this channel. But, you know, a new year, you girls got to cut back on some funds. Adulting is hard and adulting is not cheap. That's life, unfortunately. So I haven't got the funds to be going out as much as I do to spend on brand new books or book subscription services. So I am creating something that may become a series that I'm going to call Project Backlist, and that is for me to read this year as many backlist books, so books that I already own, and read as many of them as I can without, so prioritising them rather than prioritising brand new books. I still want to get some new books. If you've seen my anticipated reads video that is either going to be up just before this or just after this, there are definitely books I need to read this year, be they conclusion of series, favourite authors, all that kind of thing. So I still want to read them, but I need to prioritise my backlist. I've seen someone on, I don't know if it was on Twitter or Instagram, say that they kind of had a rule where they said they had to read 5 books they currently owned before they bought one. And I was like, oh, I might go with that. So that's what I'm going to do. You know, I've got so many books on my Kindle and I'm reading my Kindle a lot. I've got this subscription to Scribd. I probably in my house have the best part of 400 to 500 books. I wish I was kidding. I don't have space for them all. They're all kind of everywhere and just where I can find space for them. But I need to prioritise my backlist this year. I'm still going to get some book subscriptions. I've cut back on Our Crate and Fairy Loot, and I'm going to be getting Illumicrate. Every month does a book only subscription, so I'll definitely be getting some new stuff every month. I'll still have ARCs to talk about. I've also done, because I had to prepay, BookBox Club, which is a UK subscription service. I've done like a 3-month prepay book only. So I will still be getting that new stuff. But yes, you're going to be hearing a lot about Project Backlist this year because, you know, like I said, adulting is hard. That's non-booktube real life for you. I'm 35 in February. I'm still trying to sort out a lot. You know, it's going to be April's a year after my mum's death and I'm still sorting out stuff with solicitors. It's shit. I'm sorry, it's just really shit. But it just means for now, your girl's got to prioritise. So your girl is going to prioritise her backlist books. Your girl is going to prioritise audiobooks and ebooks. So either free ways of doing it or cheaper ways of doing it. And, you know, if I save up some money, your girl might have a splurge every so often. You know how it is. But like I said, also check out my anticipated reads for 2020 video because there's going to be some ones in there that as soon as I have the money to get, I'm going to need to get them. You will understand why when you watch that video. But yeah, they are my main reading goals for 2020. What are your reading goals for 2020, folks? What are you planning to do in this brand new year? What are you planning to read? Share your goals down below. I really love to hear about what your goals are for 2020. And yes, here's to a fantastic new year for you, for me, for us all, and a wonderful BookTube 2020. This has been Olivia on Stage Bookish. You are always a joy to see, and I will see you on the next video.